San Antonio starts right now.
San Antonio police responding to 2 shootings overnight, what we're learning about the victims.
And we have a leading SA double feature today at 8 a.m. Jalen McKee Rodriguez, the District 2 City Councilman, joins us. And then at 8:30, we have Mark White, the new District 10 City Councilman. So much to talk about. Budget season right around the corner, but really one of the stories of the morning and for the last month or so, the heat.
Already 78 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning. Good news, we technically didn't reach 100 degrees yesterday at the San Antonio International Airport. Could this be a trend? Maybe not. Sarah Spivey will explain in just a bit.
Good morning. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday. It is July 30th. So yes.
Good morning.
Technically, we did not hit that odd level of demarcation of triple digits from the airport in the shade. But if you're in the sun, if you're walking around in areas other than the airport, Sarah, you're saying odds are you probably hit 100?
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course. It is just so hot out there. But, you know, at least the humidity is lower in the afternoon during the peak heat of the day. Today, though, we're definitely going to reach 100 degrees. It's 79 at the airport right now, 76 in Bulverde. Good morning in Bernie. We're at 72 degrees, 78 in Castroville, 73 in Uvalde, 74 in Kerrville, and 79 down at Stinson. All right, take a look at today's forecast. By 11 o'clock noon, it's already going to be near 90 degrees. We'll be at 101 for the high temperature today. Southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. This is a bit of a depressing image. All right, take a look at the potential rainfall over the next 7 days. There's a donut hole right over south central Texas and most of Texas as a whole. The thing is, though, even though it's going to be hot and dry this week, I do anticipate at least a small weather pattern change during the second week of August. I'll tell you what I mean coming up in just a bit, including a look at this week's scorching, record-challenging week. Details ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, a man is in the hospital after he was shot 3 times in the city's west side. San Antonio police say the shooting happened just before midnight near South Ellison Drive. 2 men were hanging outside of a home when an unknown vehicle pulled up and those inside started arguing with them and then began shooting. 1 man was hit twice in the leg and once in the other leg. He was taken to the hospital where he's expected to be okay. Police tracked down those suspects. They are now in custody.
And a terrifying situation to tell you about. San Antonio police investigating a shooting near I-35 at a Best Western. It ended with 1 woman in the hospital. Police say several shots were fired, and these gunshots hit 7 different rooms at the hotel. This all unfolded around 12:30 this morning. 1 woman shot in the arm. Investigators still trying to figure out where exactly the gunfire came from. They didn't find any shell casings in the area. Investigators tell us they think it may have come from across the road on the highway. And that woman who was shot, she was taken to the hospital. She is expected to be okay.
A man was found dead on a property in St. Hedwig, and investigators are still trying to piece together exactly how this happened. So Bexar County deputies say he was found on FM 1518 yesterday afternoon when the landowner was checking on his property and noticed the body. Deputies say the man is in his 50s or 60s. The body was already decomposing. Right now, we don't know much, but Sheriff Javier Salazar says early indications show there's no foul play involved.
At this point, either this appears more to be some sort of a medical episode or heat-related death.
Investigators have identified the man's body but won't be releasing that information until the medical examiner confirms it. We will keep you updated on this investigation on air and online.
And speaking of the sheriff, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar officially seeking re-election. Now, Salazar is in his 2nd term right now. He made the announcement to run again at the San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association, kicking off his re-election campaign by telling people in the attendance he believes this decision will lead to a better Bexar County.
I just felt that I could have the best effect on my community, not just my community, but this region, this state, by staying right here as Bexar County Sheriff for another 4 years.
Salazar's current term as Bexar County Sheriff set to end on December 31st of 2024. The San Antonio City Council, it is getting ready for one of the busiest times of the year, budget season, crafting the city's budget, and last year came out to $3.4 billion.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is District 2 City Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, this is really the first time since I've lived in San Antonio where a District 2 city council member was reelected, bringing some leadership continuity to the district. So what are some initiatives you started in your first term that you want to continue into the second?
You know, we had a very ambitious first term, and I set a record for most council consideration requests for a first-term council person. And some of those initiatives include an Office of Crime and Recidivism Prevention, a food access master plan, an insulin cost share program, and of course, an animal care services master plan that takes our strategic plan a little bit further. In addition, you know, we have a District 2 senior center that is leased, and it's in need of a lot of love. And so we're in the process of acquiring land, and the next step will be securing funding for the design and eventually breaking ground.
Okay, so I live in District 2. So what are your top priorities in your second term, especially when it comes to budget?
For sure. And I'll say that one of the three of the biggest things I think are, of course, following up on the policies I laid out, but community health and the disparities that exist in our communities, such as diabetes, lack of access to green space, asthma, lack of access to healthcare facilities that make it so that we're much more susceptible to pandemic, disaster like the pandemic, continuing to focus on upstream crime prevention initiatives and investing in opportunities for our young people. Of course, infrastructure, following through on our new equity lens that is going to make it so that districts like District 2 on the east side will receive an even greater share of infrastructure funding and achieve comparable streets by 2030. And of course, we hear a lot about vacant structures, animal care services, weatherization programs, and direct support for some of our most vulnerable populations. And we had a really intense conversation at our budget town hall about illegal dumping and the beautification of our community. And so I think those are some of the biggest priorities.
And we know that you hosted already one of the town hall meetings for the budget discussions. You know, how can constituents, District 2 people who live there, how can they have their voices heard again? And, you know, what are you looking for them to say?
For sure. So the city is going to continue to have town halls beginning over the next month. And District 2 is going to have another one on August 24th at 6:30 at Second Baptist Community Center. You can always call your council person's office, including my own. Let us know, what are the things that are bothering you the most? What are the things that you would like us to focus on? We're continuing to have those kinds of conversations, but that's going to be a continued opportunity. Budget is my favorite time of year.
Okay, Jalen, so you talked about priorities being vacant structures, revitalizing certain areas. The Spurs are reportedly looking to move their stadium downtown. I mean, this might not be happening for several years down the road, but have you spoken with the Spurs, and are there plans to fill that void of the AT&T Center if they do leave?
I think maybe this story is a little bit louder right now than it's not. The conversations have not been that big just yet. I haven't had any conversation with the Spurs, but I do know the AT&T Center is not going to be allowed to sit vacant. That's not the intention at all. I still believe that, at least we have the next 10 years. I think we can take the area and we can make it a little bit better. And so I think one of my priorities over the next few years and the conversations that I'll be having with the Spurs and the county and city leadership is that we may not have been able to fulfill these promises of, development around the AT&T Center 20 years ago, but what can we do now to make good on those promises before we even begin any of those conversations about leaving?
And speaking of promises, tell us about the CCR that you were talking about, the council consideration request, and talking about city staff expanding homeowner support programs, including a teacher homebuyer assistance program.
Absolutely. So we have this is actually breaking news. Tomorrow I'll be filing a council consideration request calling for an expansion to our homeowner support programs to include a teacher homebuyer program. We want to attract teachers. We want to make it a little bit easier for teachers to live in the communities that they serve, to be able to buy a house, and to be a teacher long term. And that's one of our deepest issues. We're in the middle of a housing crisis. We have teacher shortages. Our school districts are constantly looking for ways to incentivize and support teachers. And I think this is one of the ways that we can play a role in that.
Hey, District 2 City Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And for our viewers, if you want to see this full conversation, you can head to KSAT.com later this morning.
Look at the Councilman, breaking news, Fred on Leading Us.
I love that.
Love it. All right, time now, 8:10, 78 degrees.
Hey, we're not done with Leading SA, though.
That's right. So we heard from District 2. Next, we're going to hear from District 10 at 8:30. We're going to have Mark White, the new city councilman. We're going to be talking about, again, priorities for the budget, how the communications have been, and what comes next. Don't miss. Coming up at 8:30.
Record heat. That is this ongoing story for the summer. And also, gosh, this drought, it's pretty intense. Sarah Spivey will give us an update on both the situations when we come back. A dramatic scene caught on camera on a New Hampshire beach. A small plane forced to land on the water as bystanders and lifeguards rushed to help.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee has the latest on the condition of the pilot who was rescued.
This morning, stunning video capturing the moment a small plane crashes into the ocean off a crowded New Hampshire beach early Saturday afternoon.
Report of an aircraft in the water out from the main beach.
The plane nosediving, somersaulting before bobbing in the water.
It's in the water! Oh my God!
Everybody was in shock. Everybody started running towards the plane, and the lifeguards were trying to keep everybody away from it.
Cheryl Barsom and her daughter Jessica were on a family vacation when it all unfolded. They called 911.
My first thought was just to get the kids out of the water, and I saw the whole beach just leave the water immediately.
The small fixed-wing plane was carrying a banner. Miraculously, the only person on board, the pilot, survived. He was rescued by a group of lifeguards.
Lifeguards do have the pilot out of the water.
As soon as it landed in the water, our guards jumped right into action. They got to the pilot and brought him to shore.
After the pilot was safe, they needed to get the plane out of the water immediately. This video shows the lifeguards towing the plane to shore.
And luckily for us, there was no oil, no gas, no liquids from the plane were leaking. So the quicker we can get it out, the better for everybody.
Just a
Wow.
situation.
That is crazy to see that, and switching to weather now, I just want to talk about how this week we're going to have record challenging heat, not one day, but every single day of this upcoming week. Take a look at forecast highs and the records. Now, oddly enough, the record high for each day of the work week is 103, just in different years. 2013 for Monday and Tuesday, back in 2011 for Wednesday, and just last year for Thursday and Friday. Look at the forecast highs, though. We're going to be close to the record of 103. If we don't tie it, we may beat it. There's only a couple of days there that we may just be shy of the record, including Wednesday and Thursday. But still, though, very hot. And to be seeing record heat every single day, that in and of itself is fairly unusual. It's not unusual to break a record every now and then here and there, but every single day of the week ahead, that's very impressively hot. And the reason for the heat, you guessed it, that heat high. Now, the last several days, the heat high has been to the west. It has started to move over towards central parts of the United States, and it's going to be over Texas in the coming days. Notice how with this heat high, all of the rain goes up and over this high pressure system. That's going to be the case for us too. No rain for us in the near future over the next 5 to 7 days at least. It's going to be hot in the week ahead, not only for us in San Antonio, but for all of Texas too, as that heat high settles over. So it'll be a test for ERCOT, and the power grid will of course keep you updated on that as we head into another hot week here for all of us across Texas. Then by Friday night into early next week, that heat high is going to be moving off to the west and weakening. Whenever we have that heat high off to the west or weaker, that does open up the atmosphere for the potential for temperatures a few degrees cooler and the potential for rain. It's far too early to get into specifics. Oh my goodness, it's just specifics, as this heat high is going to be off in the Pacific by about August 7th. So this is next week. We're talking the second week of August. The week ahead is just going to be hot. 79 degrees outside right now and mostly sunny. There's still a bit of haze on the horizon from some Saharan dust, but that will be dissipating this week, and we won't see that for the remainder of the week. 73 right now to start the day in Boerne. Not too bad in Bandera, where it's 71. Good morning in Kerrville, 74 degrees, 80 in Devine, 79 in New Braunfels, and 79 here in San Antonio. For your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 85 at 10, 93 already around noon. So it's going to be hot by noon. And in the afternoon, that's when we'll see temperatures rise to 100 degrees, 101 for the high temperature at 6 p.m. We'll have southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's some good news in the forecast, and it's that in the afternoon, humidity will be low. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but here's a look at forecast highs in your neighborhood. 104 in Del Rio, 104 Cotulla, 105 in Laredo, 102 in Pleasanton, 100 in Kerrville, around the San Antonio metro area. Our average high for this time of year, 97. We're going to be some 5 degrees hotter than that in local neighborhoods. 102 in Floresville, 101 in Sabinal, 102 New Braunfels, and 101 in Seguin. As I mentioned, it's humid out there right now. You can feel the humidity, but watch what happens this afternoon. We'll be looking at humidity coming down in dew points into the 50s. That's not too bad in the shade, just very hot regardless, whatever way you look at this forecast. Mia said it yesterday, great, meteorologist Mia Montgomery, it's almost like somebody kept on pressing copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. That's definitely the way the forecast looks for us in the coming days. However, coming up, I've got to look at how long we have been in drought across South Central Texas. It's a staggering amount of time to be in drought, and I'll have that, and of course a look at some of our local area lakes as well.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. 820, 80 degrees.
Antarctic sea ice has fallen to an unusual low this time of year in comparison to the previous year. Every year Antarctic sea ice shrinks to its lowest levels towards the end of February and then builds back up over the winter. This month the ice is 1 million square miles below average.
It is crazy just seeing all the different things. I think Justin and Mia throughout the week, they've kind of been breaking down, some of the staggering numbers, and obviously Sarah with the drought numbers.
It's a little terrifying.
A little bit. All right, time now, 820, 80 degrees. Also terrifying when an 18-year-old, seemingly healthy, goes through cardiac arrest. Bronny James, son of NBA star LeBron James, he is recovering, playing the piano last night, saw he was out with LeBron getting dinner. They're doing all right. We're going to have a full update in just a bit.
Let's take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3710, Fireball 1, Daily 4, 3159, Fireball 0.
All right, your cash 5, 8, 14, 18, 32. Lotto Texas 6, 7, 13, 32, 39, 48. Here we go. Powerball, did you play?
No, I'm playing Mega Millions right now because Powerball is no longer at $1 billion.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Powerball 10, 25, 27, 34, 38. Powerball 2, Power Play 3. Good luck. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. So it has been 6 days since son of LeBron James, Bronny James, went into cardiac arrest on the basketball court.
Terrifying. So James is only 18 years old and went into cardiac arrest during a basketball workout at the University of Southern California.
So LeBron sharing this video on Instagram of Bronny playing the piano, captioning it, "Grand Rising, God is great. Bronny, you are amazing," simple as that. Now, Bronny, released from the hospital on Thursday, is going to continue to undergo tests to determine what actually caused this cardiac arrest. And obviously, so many families in and around San Antonio, they have younger children, teens who play sports, play basketball. So to see something like this happen on a national stage, it's a terrifying situation.
I think everyone knows that one person that does happen to. It's like you can be relatively healthy, phenomenal athlete, but maybe you have,
an underlying condition you didn't even know about.
That's why those physicals that you have to get before that the districts,
so important.
They're so important because they can check things out like that.
All right, time now 8:26, 80 degrees now.
Okay, another leading essay segment, Max.
That's right. New members on our San Antonio City Council, plus budget season right around the corner. In our next half hour, we're going to hear from District 10 City Councilman Mark White. Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's Sunday, July 30th, and I was just telling Max yesterday my husband and I were leaving the Pearl, and one of our tires blew out on our Prius.
Oh no!
And I really believe, one, it's an old tire, but also I think the heat is really playing a part. And you know, if you have old tires, if they're not inflated, the asphalt is so hot right now. Shout out to my husband who stayed nice and calm and changed it in 8 minutes.
This is really impressive.
I was very impressed. I had no doubts at all.
That is honestly
She says
one
with
of
doubts.
That's one of my biggest fears, car trouble in this heat. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hey, but some good news to start off the forecast. The pollen count remains low. Molds have gone down even more since yesterday, only at 190. That is the pollen count for the day today. And Saharan dust is exiting. 76 in Kerrville, 81 in Del Rio, 80 in Laredo, and 79 in Victoria. Here's your Sunday forecast. 85 at 10, 93 at noon, nothing but sunshine, 101 for the high temperature. Southeast winds at 5 to 15. At least humidity will be low in the afternoon. So here's your weather need to know. It's still going to be hot in the week ahead. Record challenging heat every single day. But again, at least the Saharan dust is exiting. We'll have no haze in the sky by tonight, and that lower humidity, dry heat during the hottest part of the day. However, I do have to mention it is likely that drought is going to worsen. Coming up, how many days has it been where we have seen drought, at least in some part of South Central Texas? The answer may surprise you, and I'll have a look at Medina Lake, which is really low right now. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, we now know one woman dead after a hit and run on the city's northeast side. San Antonio police tell us this all unfolded around 9:30 last night. An elderly woman found dead lying on Randolph Boulevard by someone passing by. Police tell us now it appeared the woman was hit by a vehicle. The driver of the vehicle took off. Police still investigating, trying to figure out what exactly happened, who was behind the wheel that caused the deadly crash. If you have any information, you're asked to call police as soon as possible.
With less than a month to go before the first Republican debate, former President Donald Trump is hitting the campaign trail as his legal troubles, they carry on.
ABC's senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott explaining how he's not only paying for the campaign, but also paying millions in legal fees.
This morning, a new look into Donald Trump's mounting legal fees. Sources tell ABC News the super PAC supporting the former president spent more than $40 million on legal costs in just 6 months. On the campaign trail in Pennsylvania overnight, Trump bragging about being able to self-fund his own campaign.
You know, so they call up these rich guys, I'm richer than they are, but they call up and they say, and I'll put as much money into the campaign as I need, believe me, if we need to do it.
But his super PAC is footing the bill for witnesses and close aides who asked the former president for help. Much of that money coming from small dollar donations by Trump supporters. It comes as Trump faces new federal charges, accused of not only mishandling classified documents, but directing 2 staffers to destroy surveillance video in an effort to hide evidence from prosecutors.
They've broken the veil by indicting me with this ridiculous. These are ridiculous indictments.
Trump touting his lead and taking aim at the crowded Republican field, insisting they are wasting money by staying in the race.
Ron DeSanctimonious and so many others that are wasting hundreds of millions of dollars that Republicans should be using to build a massive vote gathering operation.
But with just under a month to go until the first debate, his rivals showing no signs of giving in. Among his challengers, his own former Vice President Mike Pence and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley.
I think we need a new leader. I think he was good then. I don't think he's going to be good going forward.
Well, we have a choice to make, and not just as Republicans, but as Americans.
And his biggest rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, challenging him to show up on debate night.
Should he show up?
Well, yeah, I think he should show up. I think everyone should show up. You owe it to make the case to the people about why you should be president. And at the end of the day, nobody's entitled to a nomination. Nobody's entitled to be elected to any office, much less the presidency. So you got to come.
United States and Australia will deepen their military ties as both countries work to stop China's growing influence. The agreement will see an increased American presence in Australia to speed up Australia's guided missile protection. The U.S. will also help Australia to establish deeper security connections with other countries, especially with Japan.
And a U.S. War Museum returning a flag to a man in Japan that belonged to his father who was killed in World War II. Families and friends calling this a miracle. The flag was on display for 29 years at the USS Lexington Museum in Corpus Christi. It's known as the Good Luck flag, with the soldier's name and messages from friends and families wishing him good luck. The museum's director learned the story behind the flag after he was contacted by a nonprofit in Japan that works with descendants of Japanese service members killed in war.
A judge is blocking Arkansas law allowing librarians to be criminally charged over library materials. So the lawsuit comes as lawmakers in conservative states push to make it easier to ban access to certain books. The American Library Association says the number of attempts to restrict books across the U.S. last year, the highest in 20 years. Laws restricting certain materials as well as making it easier to challenge them have been put in place in other states, including right here in Texas.
Superstar swimmer Katie Ledecky passing Michael Phelps' record for career wins, earning the most individual world titles, her 16th gold medal she earned in Japan. So Ledecky, now the first ever swimmer to win 6 consecutive world championships in the same event. This after she won the 800-meter freestyle event. Also has 7 individual Olympic gold medals, hoping to break Jenny Thompson's record of 8 to become the best swimmer of all time. Back here at home, new members on our San Antonio City Council, and of course, budget season right around the corner, trying to decide how our tax dollars are going to be put to work.
So joining us in today's leading SA segment is District 10 City Councilman Mark White. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You are one of the new members on our City Council. So how's the experience been so far, and what are some of the top priorities you have in your first term?
It's been great. I've really enjoyed getting to know the other members of council. There's a lot of information coming at me seemingly every day, but we're taking it in, we're looking at it and trying to decide how we can best move forward for the city. In terms of priorities for the first term, first and foremost, establishing relationships with my colleagues. I've had mentors tell me, look, it takes 6 votes to get things done. So I want to establish good rapport with the rest of the members of council so that moving forward, we'll be able to get to those 6 votes. And then in terms of policy, it starts with public safety. Want to make sure that we get some money in the budget for additional police. We've got to deal with the homeless problem here in San Antonio. And then we really need to work on economic development, promoting small businesses and trying to create some good paying jobs for our citizens.
Okay, so you are the self-proclaimed conservative voice on the council. There is a wide spectrum of ideological beliefs representing the 7th largest city. So how do you plan to work across the room to get things done?
Yeah, well, look, it's no secret that I believe that it's conservative policies that have made this country the greatest nation on earth. Keeping taxes low, so more money stay in people's pockets, supporting law enforcement, making sure that they have all the resources they have to do their job, and then promoting small businesses. Again, business is what provides jobs for our citizens, and that's how they support their families. So I'm always going to support conservative policies, but I understand that there's others on the council that may see things a little bit differently than I do. So that's where, again, it comes back to forming relationships with these folks, sitting down with them, talking about what's important with them, what's important to their district, and then using those relationships and that information to move forward. You might have seen that just the other week, I put forth my first CCR, and I did it in a joint fashion with the councilman from District 2. There's probably no 2 people on the council that are more ideologically different than he and I, but we sat down, we talked about what's important to him, what's important to me, what's going on in District 2, what's happening in District 10, as well as the rest of the city, and we were able to get together and get something done that I think is going to be really good for San Antonio businesses.
And we just had the councilman from District 2 on the show earlier, and one of the big topics we talked about, the construction of the city's budget. Now that construction right around the corner. What are you hearing specifically from your constituents? And going back to the priorities, obviously you mentioned law enforcement, small businesses, but how do you incorporate that into the budget?
Yeah, so we've got to get more money in this budget for additional police. I think we're going to be at least able to get enough for 100 new officers. That's something I talked about a lot on the campaign trail, and I think we're going to be able to get done. The other big issue, of course, is homelessness in the city. And we're going to have to find a way to get some money there to clean up the encampments and help get these folks off of the streets. You know, it's a public safety issue, and it's also an economic development issue. I've heard from a lot of businesses downtown that say they're having some tenants leave downtown and actually leave the city because of the homeless issue. So we've got to be sensitive to the fact that a lot of these folks are struggling out there, try to provide them the services that we need. But we do need to get money in this budget to help this problem, which is really widespread across the city. So we're going to get to work. I think all of my council colleagues are committed to getting money for those specific areas. And I'm looking forward to getting it done.
Okay, HB 2127 is set to take effect September 1st, so it's the newly passed law that critics say would sharply curtail the ability of cities and counties to pass local restrictions, and the city is joining Houston to sue the state over this law. So where do you fall on the new law? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, you know, for the life of me, I don't understand our city's position on this. I think it's a good bill. I think it's really going to help businesses across the state. I mean, imagine a business trying to do work in all these different jurisdictions and having to comply with different sets of laws in each one. It's burdensome, it's expensive, and this Regulatory Consistency Act is designed to do away with that. So I wish we would not have filed this lawsuit. I'm in favor of this bill. And you know, maybe even a bigger issue here is the fact that, and I've only been on the job 2 months, but what I've seen already is our city's inability to work with other governments. You know, we've had our problems now with the state on the issue on Broadway and now on 2127. And I think if we're going to be effective and address all these problems, including homelessness, we've got to be able to work with county government, state government, governments of other cities. So again, I think HB 27, it's a big overreaction by some of my council colleagues and the mayor on that. I think it's going to be a good bill. And my hope is that moving forward, we can work better with the state when bills like this come up in the future, maybe have some input on them so that we don't end up in really needless litigation.
All right, City Councilman Mark White, thank you so much for starting your morning with us. Anyone who wants to watch some of the interview that they may have missed, we're going to have that and Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez's portion as well, coming up on KSAT.com throughout the morning.
Both candid, great conversations.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic. We need to do this more often.
Yeah.
Other city council people.
Come on over.
Time now, 8:43, 80 degrees.
It's always busy on KSAT.com. We'll take a look at some trending stories, including some Trader Joe recalls. Uh-oh, Max.
It was a whole conversation. We have one of the products, but
Slight
it's not
meltdown in the household.
I don't eat the product. I was trying to let other people. It's a whole thing. All right, we're taking a live look out of the Alamo City. One of the stories, really, of July: heat, drought. What is going to happen next? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments.
All right, well, this is a staggering fact. It has been 684 consecutive days that at least some part of South Central Texas has been in drought. The last time South Central Texas was totally drought-free was early September of 2021. So we're nearing on 2 years of consistent drought for at least a part of South Central Texas. And here's a look at the current drought monitor. You can see that we've got extreme and exceptional drought throughout San Antonio and up into the hill country. That's where the drought conditions are the worst. Kerrville, Ingram, Comfort, Bandera, Bernie, Fair Oaks Ranch area, Bulverde, Western Canyon Lake, and up toward Blanco. Exceptional drought in effect. And without, much rain over the next several days, we're likely going to see drought worsen. It's not great news for Medina Lake. Staggering numbers at Medina Lake. Medina Lake is only 4.7% full. It is down 15 feet in just the last year, and compared to the conservation pool, 84.5 feet below the conservation pool. Medina Lake Reservoir really, really low. If you want to see a picture of Medina Lake of the drought, go out to Medina Lake. That is a perfect picture of how dry it is out there. And when we look at rain chances over the next several days, again, 0% chance over the next 7 days for us in San Antonio. There is a small potential that early next week, the second week of August, we could see a weather pattern change. That's still a little far away for us to determine rain chances at the moment. For now, though, just buckle up for the heat. 79 degrees outside, mostly sunny. There are some puffy clouds out there, but mainly clear sky this morning. It's 81 in Del Rio, 79 in San Antonio, 76 in Kerrville. Good morning in Hondo. It's 79, 80 in Pleasanton, 80 in Beeville, and 81 in Gonzales. Mostly sunny skies and a quick warm up for us. We'll only be in the 80s for the next couple of hours. By noon, it'll be 93 degrees. In the afternoon, forecasting a high temperature of 101. This will be our 34th 100-degree day of the year. We barely missed the 100-degree mark yesterday. Official temperature at the airport yesterday was 99, but today we're going to get to 101. And at least the humidity will be lowest in the afternoon. Dew points are expected to be in the 50s. So if you can find some shade, what you see is what you get on the thermometer. We're not going to be looking at any kind of heat index value during the peak heat of the day or feels like temperature because humidity will be fairly low. All right, let's take a look at neighborhood high temperatures. 101 Rio Medina near Medina Lake, 102 in Floresville, 101 Seguin, 102 New Braunfels, Kerrville, you'll be at 100 today, 100 in Uvalde. Some areas may just barely miss 100 like Bernie, Bulverde, and Lotus, but it's still going to be hot regardless. And as you look at the weather setup, can you see where the heat high is? Absolutely no rain across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. This is where the heat eye is going to be today, and it'll move over Texas in the coming days. Notice that forecast high temperatures hot all the way up to Kansas and out toward Florida this afternoon. And looking at those temperatures in the coming days with that heat high settling over, temperatures are going to climb to about 103 in the days ahead. That's going to challenge a record every single day. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, several items from Trader Joe's are being recalled. So Trader Joe's is saying its cooked falafel may have rocks in them. That was Max's concern because you have those in your freezer, apparently.
Not these.
Okay.
Not these. Different packaging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you sorted that out. And its broccoli cheddar soup may contain insects. The use-by dates are from July 18th to September 15th. Check for the broccoli cheddar soup, Max.
I don't eat that.
Okay, so Trader Joe's almond windmill cookies, as well as its dark chocolate church and almond cookies, are being recalled for having rocks in them as well. Those sell-by dates range from October 17th to October 21st. Trader Joe's says customers who have these products should throw them away and return them to any store for a full refund. More information, just look for this article on KSAT.com.
All right, time now, 8:51, 80 degrees.
We'll be right back.
In the pollen count today, we've got molds. They're low at 190. That's the only allergen out there. For your forecast, 85 at 10, 93 at noon, 101 for the high temperature. Southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. You know it's going to be a hot week when 101 is the cool day. It's going to be anywhere from 100 to 105 around San Antonio metro area in the coming days. No chance for rain for the first week of August. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the second week of August. I need a little rain. I lucked out with the rain last Sunday. I got a good amount of rain. I could use some more. My grass came alive briefly for a moment.
It's like it's coming up for
air.
And then it just...
One quick last update. How's the KSAT garden doing? Surviving?
The pollinators are doing well.
Yeah, the pollinators. Right now, you're just focused on keeping the pollinators alive. It's too hot to grow any kind of produce right now, but hopefully at the end of August, beginning of September, we'll be planting our fall garden.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Sarah, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday.